automatically they go here, and then that's the one that controls them. So you get down too slow, it'll start to fight itself because it's already got a pump chopper on it. It slows the hydraulic rate down. So if you try to slow it down too much, it's sensing that it's not flowing any oil. So what you want to do is you got to keep this up about a quarter of the way at minimum.
Okay.
So why they let you drag it down if they know it's going to be a problem?
It's a variable setup on there, so now if you're going full lift up speed and then slow it down like that, it'll work better. If you set it way down and you try to operate, it won't start up from there. Once you're rolling, you can detune it down. But if you leave it at like halfway and you just go real slow with this,
it's not going to go anywhere.
It'll self-propel.
Does that damage the pump?
No, it's designed to do that. That is the design behind it. The whole idea is obviously not only stability but safety. It's trying to keep this thing here. Obviously, you have to use a harness on it. You can catapult out of these things. So if you're trying to move it around,
really,
if you fell off a drop like that, that thing bounces like that, that thing will shoot you right out of here.
Jesus.
It's got to. Well, just look at the way this bounces.
Oh yeah.
The harness will catch you about 10 feet away, and
so that's why you got the harness.
Die either way.
And you got to have the proper harness with the proper length on this. So if it does go,
you always have to have your foot on that when you're
to operate Aegis controls. Yes.
Yep.
That's enable switch is what it's basically called. Is you can get on here, you can do you can move things around, but nothing's gonna happen.
Dead man switch.
So, we don't call it a dead man switch because that's too late.
Well,
that's why we call it an enable switch.
Living man. So what's this?
That there, what you do is it's got a power source that plugs in right here.
So if you're sanding something with electric sander.
Yeah. Oh. You put your 110 power there, and then it transfers throughout the whole boom and comes up here. So if you're sanding on a tank or whatever like that, you can put your cord here or a small extension cord here and throw it out. It came with the small little tool basket. It isn't a whole lot. You can order more of those if you wanted one for this side as well to put tools in. There are also other options you can get to put them up in here or whatever, elsewhere.
Minimum or maximum weight basket?
That's a good question.
It's 2 people, 500 pounds.
How do you figure out the side force? What does that mean?
You want to be in the basket. Let's say you got 100 pounds worth of tools you're taking up with you. You stand in the middle because you're controlling it, put about 50 pounds there and 50 pounds here. You want to distribute the load as even as possible so you don't torque the arms or the beams in any way. So that's what we're talking about side force. You don't want to put 150 pounds on this side and then you, the operator there, you may only be at 400 but you're putting a lot of weight on one side. You want to distribute it out so it actually balances out at more of a zero. And then the last thing you ever want to do is try to pull up a heavy weight, like tie on a rope or a hoist or whatever, and try to pull off with a basket on this side.
You're not supposed to do that.
No, because it's designed for personnel picking, not for load carrying.
It's not a forklift.
It's not a forklift.
Huh.
And of course you got the horn, you got your functions, which the icons all kind of explain it. Your basket swing, your basket tilt, your boom pickup. You can stage your boom pickup. Obviously, you got 3 different points you can pick up. So you keep it in close, or you can retract it out.
What do you mean stage your?
You can pick up from the main beam up on top, or you can pick up from the internal beam. So this beam here, or you can pick up on this section.
I see.
To bring up.
And that black plastic just keeps it separate, keep this from rubbing together, huh?
Yep, that's the stabilizer. That's for transport. When you're moving, it'll help hold it against it there so you're not torquing the pins itself. You see, your daily operation on these things is, well, first of all, we've talked about some kind of training course on it, whether you do a personal operator training or you do a train-the-trainer, especially if you have volunteers to come in to do stuff that are going to do.
That's probably a bad idea, huh?
What's that?
Volunteers playing around with it.
Well, if you train them, and that's where the train-the-trainer comes in nice. You train the regular employees, and if you have somebody that's going to come in and say, I'm on vacation for a week, I'm here to volunteer for a week. You might want to take a couple hours to train them in the proper operation is because you can get the rest of the week production out of them.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to how you want to handle it.
Right. Okay. Does that have a thing? Oh yeah.
Yep, it's got a prop rod here.
Doesn't go up very high.
Okay. That's about as high as you got to go.
Okay.
You can see your hydraulic oil level here.
I thought that was a coffee machine.
You just give it a little tap and you can see it float right here.
Yep.
So that's all the way lowered down. Obviously, if you have it extended up in the air, the fluid level is going to be down. So basically, you want to have it in this exact position for checking your hydraulic oil level.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that.
On there. Here's your horn on here. Obviously, there's some stuff to check for leaks here. The rest of it's pretty much all electronical. There's nothing you can really do inside this box without having the proper training to go inside that box to understand what's all going on. Your batteries are located here.
What is that, batteries?
This is your batteries.
All of them?
Only some of them.
Are they lead acid?
Yes, they are lead acid. So anyway, make sure the water's above the plates. You can see here about halfway between the plates and the top so they don't boil over. Set up before on each side. These are batteries we usually have on hand. If we don't have them on hand, we usually get them the very next day. So if you have
How much is a battery?
About 250, 300.
Oh my God. Are they tight?
Yep. I put them finger tight so they don't get too...
Okay.
And then the battery plug is right here. So...
How long are these batteries going to last?
Probably depends on how they're maintained, obviously, is number one.
How do you maintain them? Just make sure you keep watering them.
Make sure you keep them watered and make sure you properly charge them. Check your connections.
So you plug that into the wall.
Yep, 110 plug-in. Charger's on board. It's located in here.
And that's a solid hunk of metal.
That's solid. I believe it's
Iron.
a steel shell filled with concrete.
Boy, it's a long way around this thing.
That's why you keep it way up in the air when you're not using it.
Oh, that's the motor runs the entire thing.
One of the motors, yep. Hydraulic filter, this is your level switch.
So that's what verifies the thing's level, huh?
What it does, it doesn't verify it. That's what the machine operates off, so when you start going up a hill or at an angle, it'll start chiming at you and telling you the lights will start indicating that you're getting unstable or off level on it. So that's what protects the whole machine. If you start becoming too far unstable, it'll stop you, it'll inhibit the speed, where all you can do is lower down.
So that's the only motor that runs the thing?
No, there's another motor up and down
like a backup motor or something?
Well, no, that controls the drives. This only runs the hydraulics. And then there's another one in here, a smaller one.
But these are hydraulic motors, right?
Yeah. Yep. These are the hydraulic
What's the smaller motor?
The smaller motor is the battery override, so if something happens to the thing and you have to get down, this motor goes out. Let's say it burns up or whatever, you're using the thing. That one there will override the circuitry. It won't allow you to lift, but it'll allow you to retract and lower. That's all it does. It just pumps enough oil. It's a real small little pump.